So, you came to the realization that when it comes to decision making, your organization is not nimble. And hopefully you selected the right framework to make good decisions at speed. Now it's time for the real work to start. How do you get people for the business to embrace agile decision making? In this episode of the Nimble vlog, I'll share with you the concept of facilitated decision hackasprints, which is the approach that we use with our clients. In essence, it's action learning. A small group of carefully selected people get together to hack a decision. First, they reach a decision with agility using the DAI model, also known as DCI. Then the group reflects on what just happened. From this retrospection, the necessary mindsets and behaviors are clarified and reinforced. And eventually, all this learning will be disseminated throughout the organization. It all starts with a decision sponsor bringing forward a decision that looks like a good hackassprint candidate. A decision to be made in a timely fashion, but that the business will typically handle in a sluggish way. We ask the decision sponsor who they think should be the D, the decision maker. We reach out to the D and we finalize with this person the list of folks that will be invited to the decision hackasprints. In addition to the D, we need 3 or 4 advisors. They are the A's, and their role is to provide their best advice to the D. The A's are carefully selected based on 3 criteria. First, they need to be able to push the thinking of the D by providing different and balanced perspectives. Second, they need to be respected for their ability to represent the viewpoints of others out there. And third, they need to be able to see the forest from the tree, so to speak. We also invite a couple of informed stakeholders. They are the I's. In the typical application of DAI, the I's are not involved in decision making. Instead, they are made aware of the decision once the D has reached it. However, before we get there, it is critical to get opportunities for informed stakeholders to participate in decision hackasprints as observers. The idea is for them to experience what it feels like to let the D decide without their direct input. Finally, we ask our clients to provide a couple of internal facilitators. They come as observers and eventually they will take over from ORCHANGO. I will tell you more about it in 1 minute. When sending the invitation, the D forwards the necessary background information so that the A's can think ahead, do some research, and be ready to bring forward their best advice. We also provide all participants with a briefing document. It explains the concept of decision hackasprints and it highlights the key mindset and behaviors to bring to the session based on your specific role, D, A, or I. A decision hackassprint is typically 2 hours. The group starts by confirming the D and then we clarify the other roles. Then it's decision time. The D hacks the decision with input from the A's while everybody else observes silently. After 1 hour or so, we conduct a retrospective. Participants take a turn sharing how they felt through the process, and all together we extract learning and implications for the rest of the business. At the end of each decision hackasprints, not only do we have a good decision made with agility, but also the organization is making tangible progress on its journey to build up nimble decision-making capabilities. After a few hackasprints, ORCHANGO hands over the baton to the internal facilitators. That is phase 2, internally facilitated. And eventually we'll get into phase 3, self-facilitated, which is when agile decision-making is becoming second nature throughout the business. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Nimble vlog.